Hi guys, Mike here, back for my first review, and today we have this Springer S RTA by Tigertek. And what we're going to do is go down to the table, give it an unboxing, coil it up and wick her up for you, and then we'll have a vape, and then we'll come back up top and I'll give you my thoughts. Right, here we are guys, down at the table, and here we have the Springer S RTA by Tigertek. Features: screwless core building system, get rid of screwdriver, golden plated deck, including extra extended capacity glass Pyrex tank. Basically it comes with a bubble glass guys, and that increases the capacity from 2 millilitres to 3.5. The version I've got today is the black version. There's the Tigertek branding, and let's take off that top cover, and there we're presented with the Springer S RTA and the spare 2mm glass. I'm currently rocking it in the 3.5 milliliter mode, but it does come pre-installed with a 2mm glass on. So inside the packaging you have a small manual that shows an exploded view of the tank and all the parts. We've also got a very basic how to build section and some warnings, and then many other languages for your enjoyment. Right, here's the bag of spares, loads of O-rings, you get a spare Allen key, a couple of spare springs, and these are really strong springs guys, because obviously this is a screwless deck, so it's held on by two little clamps. You get 2 plastic grommets which assist with your core building. Later on we'll go through that. There's also a couple of very tiny grub screws, and that can be used with the Allen key if you should ever need to replace the springs. Right, on to the star of the show. And here we have our Springer S RTA by Tigertek. I've got the black version, very nice finish. It's also got the gold plated deck, so looks very nice together. .510 drip tip. It's only compatible with 510s, no 810s this time guys. And top fill. Absolutely buttery smooth threads on this one. Large kidney shaped holes for your juice refill. And there we can see the bottom of the deck. We've got Springer S logo on there and the Tigertek branding. So let's take this section apart and show you the base. And here you can see the 2 posts there, sprung mounted, nice gold plated deck, very generous juice wells there, and there are your wicking slots, and the airflow is around about 5 or 6 millimeters. Bottom airflow on this one. There you go, you can just push your clamps down and then you can install your coils. But like I say, I'll show you how to use the grommet in a bit, so you can do it with one thumb. This section does come apart from the base, should you wish to clean it. Very nice machining on this one, guys. All the parts are very well made. So that can just screw back on. And as we have bottom airflow, I'll just show you that. There's no clicking movements, it just smoothly goes from open to closed, and what's on one side will be on the other side. But there is a stopper on each end. It's quite a restrictive lung hit, this one, so not the most airflow in the world, but very nice. Here's your chimney section. It's not your usual domage that's been going on recently, but very effective. Definitely angled chamber there to increase the flavour. It's 24mm RTA. Right, so here's the plastic grommet I was talking about earlier, and that just sits on top of the post. Then you literally just push down with one hand, grab your core with the other, and feed your legs into the post. So I've got the coils I'm going to use today, the coil I should say, and it's going to be a stainless steel small alien coil from Advocaat Dr. Coil version 2. And this one ohms out around about 0.4 ohms. So there's the coil, very nice, not quite so harsh as the NI80s that I've been using recently. So we're going to rock this one today. Right, so basically you just squeeze down on the clamp posts and try and guide your coil into the two holes while it's depressed. And there you go, guys. Basically push it in as far as you can up against the posts. Then you can trim your legs, and then you can adjust the height of your coil and just pull it away slightly from the post so there's no short. I like to raise it slightly so it's just below the top of where the posts are there. Just ensure the coil is over the airflow. So snip your leads off as close to the deck section as you can, as you don't want the chimney be in touch when you put it back on. We got there in the end. Right, so I've just sorted out all the hot spots in this particular coil by pulsing, pinching and strumming your coil. You want it to glow evenly from the inside out. And there you can see that it's doing just that. So we can now grab our strip of Muji cotton and cut a strip off around about 1 centimetre to 1.5 centimetres. I like to peel the outer layers off because they're a little bit rough and don't wick quite so well. And then you can just take off any excess fluff and give the cool pad a little roll, trying to keep it as fluffy as you can. And once you're happy, just pinch one end and feed it through the inner coil. And the coil diameter today is 3mm. There you go, just put it so it's taut. Then grab your scissors and you want to cut it more or less down to the bottom of where the juice well is, but just before the bottom. So it's just sitting in that juice well. And that gives it a capillary action so that the juice can be pulled up as necessary. And then obviously give your coil, your cotton a fluff out and take off any knotted sections of the cotton. This helps with the wicking. Make sure it's nicely floofed up. Incidentally, the mod I'm using today is the Tesla Y 200 watt temperature control mod. Very light mod. It weighs about 65 grams without batteries, and even with batteries in it's very light, and this is my go-to mod at the moment. I take it to work with me. Very good battery life and a very good performer. So once you've thinned out your cotton, you can then stuff the ends into the juice well. Try to make sure it's not really compact, so you can fit your tweezers on either side of the hole. And also trying to avoid the central airflow hole. You do not want juice going down into the airflow, as it will come out of the side airflow control slots. Then give the ends that are poking out there a little fluffing up too. A little bit of tender love and care for your cotton produces great tasting results. There you go, the final adjustments. And now we can get our juice. Prime up the coil and the cotton. Make sure it's completely saturated. Give it a couple of test fires. Bed the juice into the coil. As you can see, it's working very nicely. There she blows. Right, all that we need to do now is grab your top tank section and screw it onto the chimney, onto the base. And then we can fill this bad boy up. Coil's reading at 0.46 ohms. So we'll fill her up and then I'll go back up top and give you all my thoughts. What's up guys, back up top. Vaping on the Springer S by Tigertek. Look at this beast here, the old gold and black finish there. Matchy on the Smock GX350. Gold version, which I got wrapped in a zapwraps.co.uk wrap. You've got the leather look there and you've got the carbon look there. And I think that does look quite a sexy little combination there. Let's have another vape. There you go. Anyway, what do I think of this tank? Well, I couldn't think of many bad points to say about it, to tell the truth. There's one point is the drip tip situation. It's just a 510 drip tip. Because it's just a single coil, I think that's it works really well, and it looks pretty nice with the contour down to the actual top of the tank there. And because it's single coil, I'm only running at 37 watts, even with that alien coil in there, 0.41 ohms, and it does enough produce some clouds as well. As you can see, it's a bit of a beast. In fact, do a size comparison for you. Not long ago, I bought the old Serpent SMM. It's a nice little flavour tank as well. As you can see, it's a little bit taller than that. I think this one only holds 3.5 mil, whereas allegedly this one holds 4 mil, but I'm not so sure about that. I haven't actually done a test on that. And the other single core tank I've got is this, the OBS Engine Nano, which is another great tank, but to tell the truth, I always found I was getting dry hits from this for no apparent reason, so I stopped using it. But if you put it up against that, you can see it's marginally smaller than that. But one good thing is the drip tip will fit on this one, so that's good. Anyway, going to the pros on this tank. Well, as you can see, it's a cloud chucker, which is always good, because more clouds equals more flavour in my book. And this thing is one of the best tanks I've ever tried, and that's God's honest truth. Let's have another vape. Like I say, 37 watts, and it's as easily as satisfying as the Reload clone that I've got, or the Waterfo Troll, and they're both dual core tanks. But the other thing is obviously the post deck on this. It's just amazing, you know, having no screws to have to screw down. You just get that little tool I showed you earlier on. Push down on the clamp. Don't even have to use two thumbs. Just use one thumb. Get the ends of your wires and just tuck it on in there, and then wick it up, and you're good to go. A bubble tank, that's another good feature. I haven't actually tried it in shorty mode yet, but I actually quite like the way it's rocking on the bubble tank mode, to tell the truth, and I'm all for having more capacity over the looks anyway. So there you go. Gold plated deck, great airflow. I've got it just under halfway open there. Put it fully way open for you. Let's have another drag on that. As you can see, more clouds, but I prefer it halfway open. The flavour's slightly better on it. Try and get that down. Anyway, like I say, I highly recommend this tank. And I think I'll wrap it up there. So I'll see you again soon. Cheers.